All right, so I think we just saw two snapping turtles fighting until the death. Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
I'm Seth.
And we're Extravaganza.
Yeah, and today we're here at Congaree National Park in South Carolina, and it's ranked #1 worst national park in the country.
Ooh, at least it's #1 in something.
Yeah, numerous lists call it the worst national park. And there's actually this hilarious review, and I'm gonna read it to you real quick. It says, a small park with a boardwalk through a swamp, but they prefer the polite term floodplain so you can stare at some trees. The main function of the boardwalk seems to be to better present visitors to the swarms of mosquitoes. We're actually already seeing those, and mosquitoes love me, so this is gonna be fun. Step off the boardwalk and into the realm of the 4 varieties of venomous snake that inhabit the park, including the cottonmouth. Run from the snakes and find yourself in glades of poison ivy, or stumbling into wasp nests, or webs of biting spiders that are highly painful but not lethal. Hold on, I'm gonna get some bug spray.
Oh my God. And then it says, as a bonus, the trails are poorly marked when they're not completely washed out. So as you run, screaming in circles, waving your hands to fend off mosquitoes, you're likely as not to impale yourself on a jagged cypress stump.
Good Lord, read that bottom part.
And then it says, their mosquito meter was on war zone, and they weren't kidding. It was awful. If you stopped walking, you were swarmed and bitten 1,000,000 times.
It sounds so pleasant.
Already, I can like see them around me.
Yeah, there's literally one stuck in my blood right now. So let's
Okay, so we're going to load up on bug spray.
I shouldn't be in shorts, but it is really hot and humid. So Lauren's gonna wear a dress, so we'll see how this goes.
So I have our repellent bracelets and put one right here. I'm just gonna look like an idiot, but put one right there.
But yeah guys, seriously, this is not a drill. The mosquitoes out here are bad. I think there's 62 official national parks in the US now. You know, a lot of the really famous ones like Yosemite, Yellowstone, Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
This is not a very well known one. In fact, we didn't even know it existed until recently. All right, so we stopped at the visitor center. We got some information because again, we literally didn't know much about this place at all. The park ranger on duty was really helpful.
So the whole park floods. Normally there are gators down through here.
Okay.
When we flood, they'll swim into the park and they'll wind up, generally 1 or 2 will wind up in Weston Lake.
Oh,
we
wow.
have 2 down there now.
Wow.
Lauren, I just have one question for you.
What are you doing in my swamp?
No, seriously, I wonder how we still have cell phone service out here. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, thumbs up for that.
All right guys, so a little bit about Congaree National Park is that it is one of the last remaining old growth bottomland hardwood forests. And I know that's a lot of words, but the trees here are extremely old and they're really tall, which creates one of the highest canopies in the world. And this park also has a ton of champion trees, and that means that it won an award for being the oldest or the most unique of its species. So there are a ton of national and state champion trees here. What do you think about some trees?
They're awesome, and I think this one's probably one of the
Yeah,
really
this one has to be. Look at this.
really wide.
Whoa. It's beautiful. The color of this water is insane. It kind of looks like tea.
So what do you think so far?
This place is beautiful. I think it's very underrated.
Yeah. So the water went from looking like tea to looking like straight hot chocolate.
Whoa, they're fighting. These turtles are fighting.
I don't think I've ever seen turtles fight.
Oh, is it fighting or mating?
Oh my God. They're fighting. Taking a break. They're talking it over.
Alright guys, so we had to look it up with our 1 bar of service. Those 2 turtles are males fighting to establish their territories.
So we were standing on an old hunters and outdoorsman's road. They used to use it, and that's kind of what gave us this park, because this journalist who loved the outdoors named Hampton really fell for this forest and had a connection with it. So he started fighting to save it from loggers. They were like out of Chicago and they owned all this and they were logging it all down. But he was a journalist and started a campaign to save it, but it became a national monument in the 70s and finally a national park in 2003. So out here during Prohibition, a lot of moonshiners and bootleggers used the kind of roughness and inaccessibility of the area to produce some illegal alcohol. And there's actually remnants of an old still out there off the boardwalk.
Over here at Weston Lake, the Congaree moved further south. It left this behind as a body of water. Normally they dry up, but in this particular case, it's fed by an underground spring.
What do you think about it?
Honestly, I loved it. You know, what about you?
Yeah, I thought it was so beautiful. Really, I think a lot of the bad reviews probably stem from people who aren't appreciative of actual nature, like the history of the trees and the plants.
Yeah.
Because it really is insane to think about how long these trees have been living.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. I wouldn't miss it. I definitely want to come back, maybe get some kayaks next time and take some more of the trails. Thumbs up for Congaree.
Woo.
Oh, and thumbs up for Extravaganza and this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, support, join us on the trip, the journey.
Yep.
Yep, that'd be awesome. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Oh, and by the way, the mosquitoes didn't end up being as bad as we thought. Could have just been these mosquito repellent wristbands, or we used a little bit of all.